Okay, I'm rolling. Okay. So anyway, the Bohemian Grove. So we actually went over there, and we got to the first place. There's signs that are saying no trespassing. You could be arrested
Violators
and everything
will be
else.
prosecuted.
Exactly. So, my friend Chris over here was really brave. He says, "Come on, Paul, let's just do it." So we're just like trekking along. We're walking along, right? And we get to the second little area that says stop, and all these different signs, and there's a camera right there, and so it says trespassing, violators will be arrested, blah blah blah, and all this other crap. So anyway, we're just standing there. Then all of a sudden, here comes this truck. Here comes this truck.
Multiple flashes.
yeah. And so anyway, here comes this truck. We see the headlights and everything. They got the spotlight on. They're searching through the woods. They're chasing us down the road. And I've never seen a bunch of people running so freaking fast. Okay, like a bunch of jackrabbits. Okay, and then Area 51, the same thing. I mean, we saw all kinds of little cami trucks coming. We saw a sniper up on the hillside and everything else. Not since Area 51 have I been this scared. And when it comes to the government, I get a little bit nervous. Okay, ghosts, I'm cool with it. But when you're dealing with the government and all this secretive stuff, So who was running? Okay, Becky, you were running. Yeah, you did.
I could.
Yeah. So I mean, like, was your heart just pounding?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was
Fell out of her
very
chest.
scared. I didn't know if they were going to.
Deanna was running so fast she actually ran through my legs. So I said, "What the hell was that?" No, so
TMI. But
oh my God.
Whatever.
So what do you think about that?
I thought it was interesting. I saw you go ahead with what, Chris?
Yeah.
You're Chris? Yeah. And I saw the red lights. I saw the brake lights. I'm like, wait a minute, those are brake lights.
Yeah.
And then,
I thought it was really interesting what the car that came was. It was a red pickup truck that looked like it would be used on a farm. And it might have even had a hay bale on the back. And it was the kind of car that could just go right down this road and no one would even look at it twice.
Exactly.
Not a security vehicle.
It's good for hiding bodies.
Exactly. Big old spotlight. They had that spotlight going through the hills and everything else.
So it's not just some farm truck. It's obviously security vehicle. They're shining their light up into the woods to see where we went to,
And Tracy, you were talking to that guy, and what was he telling you?
I asked him if they had good parties up there, if they could hear any of their parties, and he said, well, great parties for a bunch of 70-year-olds, I guess. I loved it.
Okay. But he seemed like a pretty cool guy and everything, right?
Oh, yeah, and that's why I thought it would be okay to go up his property, go in that way, but apparently not. And the screwed up part about it was it would be one thing if they just tried driving up and just scaring us off. But to do all that spotlighting and things like that, that tells me that they're really trying to keep people the hell out of there. Not just scaring off a bunch of kids or whatever,
So why don't they close the gate?
That's,
why do they allow us to do that?
If it's so secretive, why is the gate open then?
Exactly.
Maybe they aren't doing a damn
Well,
thing.
and it's just like Area 51. They have a small gate, a small fence, but you can walk around it and start walking up the hill. But you got all these people zooming at you in their trucks and everything, chasing you down. I don't get it. So, why don't they just keep a big old gate there, just so keep us people with curiosities like us out of there.
Their snipers need practice.
Yeah, I know, exactly. Exactly.
We got
moving target.
Between us, we have 4 or 5 cars, probably. What if tomorrow all our cars with all of us in them went up that road at about 60 miles an hour and just barreled up there? I wonder how far we could get in.
Exactly.
I bet we could get up to the top
Wow.
before we turn around.
Oh my God.
And one security truck with 5 cars all around him.
I think we would make CNN headline news.
I think so.
Yeah. We would become so famous, have our own reality show. That's a good way to get a reality show.
You even noticed when we were all walking down the road, it was completely wired up, and there were signs all along that said no trespass. I guarantee you that there's cameras up in those all along that side of that road, because that's all the same property.
Yeah.
When you guys
when
walked
you got right
further
up to
in, where you said there was a camera?
Like hotel or resort? Sorry, Dave.
No, I'm sorry, I cut you.
No, I was just going to say, because you got that last set of cabins on the end there.
Right.
And right there is where the fence picked up and it said no trespassing, and it went all the way down. And I'm like standing there, I thought, I should turn my full spectrum on. I could probably see something, you know.
Yeah.
But just like, I'll just down the street. I was
Damn.
I was
Obviously,
I didn't
when
cross
you guys
the
got
line,
to that
so,
second
hey.
line where there was the camera, you said, obviously, they have some system that tripped an alarm.
I think I
And
might have done
you said
it.
when you got there, it
What
took him
about
about
the
a
things on
minute
the
to
ground?
calm down.
That's what I
He
think.
was up at the
That
top.
when
He
I
probably was
stepped on
alerted.
it.
Exactly.
Saw you guys
Yeah.
on TV and jumped in his truck. And started
Yeah,
working.
yeah.
There's a real conspiracy on
And
it.
I think they have sound enhancers and everything.
Right.
Yeah.
Working for the
I actually stepped on that.
He even said that he had been in the grove, so I'm thinking it's gotta be
He went,
really
he went inside
Hey,
and called the
group
guy
of
up there and
kids
said, hey,
coming
You know, Paul, I don't
Be
know
ready.
for sure, but when I stepped on those strips as we were walking up,
Yeah.
I said, be careful, don't step on the strips, because you know how they have doorbells where if you step on it, and it was smushy. I stepped on
Yeah,
it on
I did too.
accident. And it smushed
Okay,
down, almost
next
like
time we
the
come
road
up, we'll bring
counters.
some
You know how
spray paint or
they
some
count
aerosol,
cars?
we'll
The city does. They count cars that drive over those little black hoses. It was smushy like that. So it could have been,
You know what? Well,
Yeah.
think about it. It's kind of like when you go down the freeway and they drag the hose to